pretty much anything you wanted to do, they would let you get away with. Stuff that you'd get totally suspended for now.
Yeah.
Like there were people who like did axe swings with their stick, and this is like the 80s, and they'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing, man? That's not the name of the game. You get out of here, you silly head."
Silly head. And we're live.
By the way, just to quickly change the subject just a little bit, we can go back to this anytime. Braves winning right now. All right, they are up. I think 5-1 in the about to be the 7th inning. This is the game about to win the fucking championship series. We got shellacked last night, 15-3. 15-3.
That's not bad, because that only counts as one loss.
That only counts as one loss. That's that's the best part. Routes don't count for extra. It's a good thing that like score differential is not how they decide who's the champion, or it would have been over by now. But yeah, we're going to the fucking World Series. It looks like. Very excited. It's been a good year for my sports teams.
That reminds me, Taylor, how are the Blues doing? I haven't been paying attention to hockey.
Oh, hockey's over. Yeah.
Did they win?
No, they didn't win this year.
Well, they're probably going to have a good year next year, though, right, Taylor?
Probably not. Not
looking good for their, they're hanging on to their key players and maybe getting some new prospects, right?
Yeah. Dude, if you know what would be devastating to the core of this team that's like 10 years to build up is if you lost a top 5 NHL defenseman to free agency.
It's not like he's your captain. Oh,
who's the captain of the team and one of the best players.
Where's he heading off to?
Oh, he's going to Vegas. He's going to the Vegas Knights. And Kyle just happens to have that flag for years, and now he's going. So that's
my favorite team. Yes,
they're going to be way worse next year, I anticipate. I
anticipate as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, what did we do? We took Boston's best defenseman, who's way worse than our best defenseman, and we lost our best defenseman. Come on, man.
That's a good trade.
I know it's the cap crunch and the COVID ruining the cap in a way, but be a rough year.
The only worse mismatch than me versus a horse is me versus the Blues' best defenseman. I will fuck these guys up. Or their enforcer. I'll drop the gloves. You know what? Can you skate? Fuck yeah, I can skate.
The rules said UFC octagon.
If you can skate, then you would do better than I think you would. You'd do way better against any athlete than a horse, I'll say. But if you can actually skate, no, it doesn't matter. You get ragdolled by someone who knows how to skate. Like it wouldn't even matter if you're the better fighter. They would just throw you on the ground. You wouldn't be able to keep your balance.
I don't like that it's cold. I wouldn't like getting punched in the jaw when it was cold out. I think that's the deal breaker for me.
Yeah, but if you get knocked out, you get to fall on ice.
Oh, great. Comfort.
Dude, people think hockey's cold. Now, I get if you're playing outside on a lake or something, it is. Mm-hmm. But like, I didn't even wear a T-shirt under my pads because it made me
You're
too
sweaty
hot.
as shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister's husband now is an avid hockey player. They live in Michigan, so he grew up playing hockey. And he grabbed me on the collar and did the hockey fight grab, and it felt terrible. It felt like such a bad position to be in and have to fight a guy from.
What were you wearing?
What's that?
What were you wearing?
Just a T-shirt.
Okay.
It's just the idea of having some Canadian mongoloid up underneath my Adam's apple and then start throwing right hands is terrifying.
Hockey jerseys don't stretch at all. And it's almost like a gi. Like it's just a better level of control.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not because it's good for fighting. It's just that it's good for controlling their body on the ice.
Yeah. It's nice, but it's no horse's mane as far as control goes.
It's not growing out of them. You can still remove the jersey. So, there was that clip from a little while ago where the NHL made that rule where they're like, you can't take your helmets off anymore when you're fighting, because it used to be like them getting half naked out there and then throwing down. And so like all the legacy players for like a little bit until the NHL made another rule, they would go in before the fight and like point at their own helmet, and then they would take each other's helmets off first, and then they would start fighting. And then the NHL immediately made a rule that says you cannot remove an opponent's helmet intentionally fighting.
So then they had their teammates help them with the helmet.
And so then they started getting creative with like, whoa,
at this point, it's a bit dangerous because medical staff apparently are no longer allowed to remove player helmets because they kept going over to the paramedics.
I want to help them, but it's 2 minutes and I don't want to hurt the team.
What if the helmet just falls off? Like both players crawl around with their knees a little bit, tip their head forward. Like
you're going up to the stands, like sticking your head into the fucking first row.
Take it.
You can keep it. Just get it off me.
That would be hilarious.
They should
be a great souvenir.
Stupid rule. They should totally let you take your helmets off when you fight.
You ever get a cool souvenir from a sports event?
I mean, basic stuff like hockey pucks, nothing big. I mean, I've got I guess a couple like sticks I've gotten from games. Those are downstairs.
That's super cool.
That's a
I've
super
gotten,
cool souvenir.
Yeah, he was like, just some
I
hockey
don't know,
pucks and some
got a
sticks.
hockey stick.
I've got Roman Turek's stick. He was the NHL, the Blues goalie in the early 2000s. And then I've got Ray Bourque's signed stick, which he's a better known player. But yeah, the Bourque signed stick's probably. But I didn't get that live at the event. I got it given to me by my dad later.
That's cool too.
Yeah,
I have Sean Hill's
I've never
stick.
gotten anything.
He played for the
I got
Hurricanes,
a guitar
but I
pick
bought it.
from a rock star who got Me Too'd later on for masturbating to 15-year-olds over webcam.
So I mean, that's your retirement plan, right?
I absolutely right
was his
now.
name?
It's in a plaque up above my window, and I treasure it dearly.
What was his name?
Jesse Lacey.
Jesse Lacey.
It was in the band Brand New. Yeah, I caught his pick once, and I was so fucking psyched. And he just got Me Too'd.
If for your guys' benefit, so that guy I was saying who I had the sign stick of, Ray Bourque, you don't know who he is, what he does. He's not a nobody. He's he's a former NHL defenseman, the all-time defensive leader for goals, assists, and points by a defenseman in the history of the NHL. So he's the best stat defenseman ever. So I guess that's the coolest sport.
And he played for the Blues too?
No.
Played for the Bruins in Colorado, right?
Yeah. But the Bruins
if he played for the Blues, he'd have impressive stats and sucking dick.
I mean, in the years he played, yeah, it wouldn't have gone well.
Yeah, I remember he played for the Bruins most of his career. The Bruins kind of sucked. And they're like, he should go to a good team and win a cup. And then he did.
Yeah. It's funny because I always think of him more with the Colorado Avalanche than the Bruins just because of my age, where I remember watching like him playing with Patrick Waugh and Foote and who else was on that fucking Colorado Avalanche team?
I wouldn't know. But I remember him skating around with a cup. And
Joe Sakic.
His beard's grayer than mine, like skating around with a cup. It looked ridiculous. I don't know how old he was, but it wasn't 47.
You guys would probably know a lot about this, but wasn't there that famous brawl series between the Avalanche and the Red Wings or somebody where the goalies at one point skated out and just duked it out in the middle of the rink?
That happened a lot in the late 90s. Those teams did not care for each other. Yeah, the Avalanche and the Red Wings didn't like it. And 90s hockey, they let you get away with pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. Pretty much anything you wanted to do, they would let you get away with. Stuff that you'd get totally suspended for now.
Yeah.
Like there were people who like did axe swings with their stick, and this is like the 80s, and they'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing, man? That's not the name of the game. You get out of here, you silly head."
Silly. Yeah, they let you
like, no, you're gonna go to jail. Like you assaulted someone with a deadly weapon. The guy who talks, he recently got fired, Mike Milbury. He was a player for the Bruins who went up into the stands in the 70s because players were heckling him. This was before the walls were very high, and he climbed out of the penalty box into the stands because someone threw a beer at him, and he got in a fight with the guy, hit him. The guy's shoes fell off, and then he started attacking the guy with his own shoes in the bench in Bruins attire. And like you can hear like the 70s announcer being like, "This is a goddamn shame for the game. Look at him. Look at Milbury up there fighting him. You just take the cameras off this. This is a goddamn shame what they're showing."
Oh,
was he an Irish?
This is a goddamn shame what they're doing on the ice.
Did someone steal your Lucky Charms?
Tucker O'Malley, the biggest hockey speaker. You know how much we care for this. He's taking something that looks like a shillelagh, knocking the little rubber thing down. He's supposed to be fighting with that.
He beat him with his own shoes.
Yeah, he beat him with his own. Look at Mike Milbury's shoe fight.
That happened in what was Billy Madison, the golf hockey movie with Adam Sandler? Yeah. Anyway, at the start of that, I think he got kicked off his hockey team for taking someone's shoes off and beating him with it or skate.
Yeah, 1979. Boston Bruins go to the stands.
Oh man,
there's a couple other people too who joined me.
I'm gonna watch this. It's like I really want to see him hit the man with his own shoes.
So if you go to 2 minutes, you can see them all starting to climb over into the.
We definitely can't watch hockey footage.
He's got him by the. Now he's fighting the player too.
Like they look like. It looks like a medieval. It looks like Lord of the Rings when they're scaling the walls. Oh, he took the fan down like the fan was a cardboard cutout. Like
These guys are in skates.
he's taking his shoes off. He's in it with his shoes. He's in it with his shoes at 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Look, so, all right, he goes up, takes this guy down. I swear to God, like the guy is like one of those Rock'em Sock'em robots. Like the guy has zero resistance. He's shocked that there's a 6'5" man on him wearing skates still.
In full pants.
He immediately grabs the guy's shoe. It's like that was his intention. Like he went up there, he's like, I'm gonna kick your ass with your own shoe. He like tugs at it. It's hard to get off, gets it off, and then starts wailing on him with his own fucking shoe. That's hilarious.
This happened in basketball. It was the Indiana Pacers, and the guy's name was Ron Artest. They changed it to like Meta World Peace. But anyway,
Was he on the Pistons when that happened?
Pacers, Indiana Pacers, right?
It was the Pacers. I could be totally wrong.
I think. Anyway, I guess someone in the crowd threw a beer at him, and the way Ron Artest tells the story is like, "Dude, I was defending myself. I was fighting for my life. It was him or me." And he goes up into the stand and he beats the fuck out of a guy. But wrong guy. He did not beat up the guy who threw the beer. He got a little confused and beat up someone who sat near the beer thrower. And that just doesn't seem right.
I'm sure the guy who threw the beer is sitting there like,
they kind of spread out. Dude, LeBron James, your favorite,
that beer.
is generally being like, there's a lot of people saying he's the greatest of all time now.
Who?
LeBron
I don't know
James.
enough about anything to make that sort of judgment, but I don't like his glued on hair or his attitude. So I hope he hurts himself real badly and he can't play anymore. It's a shame they won the championship.
His glued on hair is hilarious. I feel like you don't give enough credit.
I'm waiting.
Fair
to
enough. I give Elmer's glue all the fucking credit.
Elmer's glue is not doing its job. I think that it's funny.
It's gross.
He needs to do it right. He can either go bald like a lot of players before him, Barkley, Jordan, etc., just shave it clean, or I don't know of any great black hair transplants.
The afro.
But white guys do hair transplants and it works fantastic. Elon Musk comes to
Get
mind.
some white people hair. That's what he should do.
That's even funnier than the glued on hair.
That looks spectacular. Imagine fucking LeBron James, but he's got my hair.
Well, there's like poor people in India with patchy hair because they did transplants.
That would be hilarious. Like long blonde European locks that he's like brushing out of his eyes before he takes a shot. Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Dude, this Ron Artest video is so funny. Just
Ron
totally the wrong guy.
I saw
Not even the same color shirt.
And you can tell that's not the first person Ron Artest has beaten the shit out of that week. Like he looked like he was on his fight game. He was ready to go.
He was too fighty, I think, at that point in his career. He like really changed what he was about. He changed his name to World Peace and he stopped getting in that kind of trouble.
Somebody gave him a talking to.
Someone, like, you're right about a talking to, but I feel someone changed his mind, it seemed. Like,
I bet it was someone called Nike or something like that. They were like, I bet it was, look, you want to make 20 million over the next 3 years selling fucking sneakers, or do you want to beat up middle-aged white men in the third deck?
I didn't think of it that way. You might be right. I'm definitely open to that idea. In my head, though, it went differently. Like a mentor figure or something was like, bro, wrong path. And
Ron Artest doesn't strike me as the type who has a mentor. Could be wrong.
Yeah,
you ever see LeBron's wife?
Nope.
No. I don't know. I can't read you at all right now. She might be mega hot. She might be like a complete mismatch. She might. Oh, she's pretty.
Is she hot as Ethan from H3H3's wife?
Married in 2013.
I remember that was somebody.
I'm not going to join you.
Yeah, you were very happy to join me last time. The only thing you were reticent on was Tony Ferguson's. Yeah, you were very hostile toward Ela Klein.
I'm sorry. Was I drunk?
No.
You seem sober.
Are you sure you're not talking about? Alina? Not getting that confused there?
No,
Well, I know I
I
was
know
horrible
exactly
to
what Dan
her.
is talking about.
I don't know how to
What-
pronounce her
Oh.
name.
What were you saying about his wife? She seems nice and fit, and
Oh, well,
Her
maybe
name's Savannah James.
maybe she's improved over the years.
I think I'm looking at her kind of done up. Like, here's a picture of her at the ESPYs, right? So this is going to be the best version of
Oh,
her.
that doesn't even count. Let me see. That is like you'll love this about LeBron. I'm sure that's like his high school girlfriend.
That is good, right?
Aw.
Assuming he's faithful and everything, and she doesn't just let him get away with anything. Because that happens in pro relations. Like, pro athletes are
He
like,
does
look,
good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The man, maybe I saw a picture of him and his mom. Because I thought this was about to turn into a LeBron roast session, but no, she's kind of cute.
Yeah, no, his wife is pretty.
Yeah, but like I saw him next to a woman like maybe 5 years ago that I thought was his wife, and it looked like she looked like the fat maid from the Django movie. It was not a good look.
I'm looking at an unflattering picture here, but she had just had a baby. So
Yeah.
you get
He's had a
pass.
slew of them.
Okay, he has, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I'm actually
gets
not
after
sure.
It gets darkly racial when you call him a slew of babies as opposed to
there are like 8 other words I could have used that are so much worse.
slew.
Slew isn't bad. There's no connotation there.
Yeah, slew. That just means a lot of
about
things.
that man's wife last time.
I don't remember it.
Shit. I hope.
Yeah, we
not.